Hello everyone, my name is Jeff Neville and welcome to Selective Imagery. Welcome to a visit to the North Carolina Transportation Museum in Spencer, North Carolina. My friend Bob and I from Bob R Photos are in a real hurry to get there. We got a 3-hour and 40-minute drive from Myrtle Beach. And what you're going to see now is a description of what you can see at this museum. So you might want to pause this and slow it down and take your time reading it, because it is really a great place to go to. But it is out in the boondocks, as they would say. Phew, we finally got here. We get out of the car and we get to see some of these different types of railroad lights and signals and stuff that you can activate and use each one of them, which is kind of neat. They didn't all function, of course. What else is new, right? But it was neat to see. We got our tickets and we headed, towards the back shop, and we take some pictures before we enter in of some of the trains that are, on the track. You get inside the building and you have, old Mack trucks, freight trucks of different eras. This was I guess a packaging, delivery vehicle. All makes and models. Really, really neat stuff to look at. And a huge, just an extremely large building. Old wreckers. And, just something that's fun to do. This caboose, there's the Mercy train. You can zoom in on that and read the history of that, which is very interesting. You have old carriages, for horse and buggy setups. You can see part of a airplane there. We'll talk about that later on. Here's a better picture of it. It's an old Piedmont Airlines. I think it's a DC-3 that's being stripped down and totally refurbished from the ground up. So that's pretty interesting. But this building is just gigantic, and you have a handful of planes in there. Like I said, the largest one being the DC-3, and you have model train sets sprinkled around in different buildings, and some of these trains are absolutely, gorgeous. Really, really pretty, in wonderful condition. Old vintage cars that you can get pictures of. This is the top light from that train. And there's a very, very short video clip, just kind of like you can see the full size of the aircraft there. And I'm just kind of zooming and panning and giving you an idea of what's in this half of this particular building. But it's very, very large and has an awful lot of stuff. It's always good to find a McDonald's and a Harley Davidson dealership. And this setup was for taking pictures. It had a drop-down canvas, and it had, I think photographers go there and take pictures of people sitting in that carriage, carved out boats. That looks like it's from the Wild Wild West days. And this is I believe this was a carnival vehicle, or no, a circus vehicle that they had, and they had some old dairy vehicles that were horse-drawn, and I did this one in black and white for some of the milk bottles and the old milkshake sign. And like I said, there's just a lot in there to see. That's the old airport beacon, an old school bus. Well, I mean, which doesn't look old, obviously. It looks like pristine. A Chevy. This was outside. There's water droplets on that. It was raining when we got there slightly. You know, this is just a large view of the trains that are there, and then there's, you know, the building with the locomotives, and those are really, really interesting. This was a Russian train, and actually these trains, this was World War I, there were Russian trains that were actually manufactured in the United States. You could zoom in on that sign and read about it. And basically, a lot of those trains never got delivered and got modified for use throughout the United States. But they're basically a Russian design that was built in the U.S. And you have different cabooses, refrigerator cars. This one was outside of the building. This was an electric locomotive. Some more pictures from outside on the tracks. Then you get into another building, the Flue Shop, which is the home of all these old vintage and old automobiles. Some of these like I haven't seen in a long time. And it is kind of neat that it is a transportation museum and not strictly. I mean, it would have been worth the trip if it was strictly just trains, but the fact that they had so many old cars there, and then they had display items, you know, to mix in with the cars, that made it even more interesting. Just adds to the fun. I mean, it was really, and don't you wish we were all paying that for gasoline right now? I like it when they set up like motels and stuff like that to make the cars look like, and here's a service station, you know, entrance with this truck, the old Texaco gas pump, and an old style radio to the bottom left of it. Barbershop display with a hardware company in the background. Just a lot of very nice exhibits, and you know, I mean, given the fact that this was a day trip and it was, like I said, 3 hours and 40 minutes long one way, and I like this one because this is a New Haven car, and I grew up in Connecticut, and this is where people would get their safety shoes. There was a window there where they would fill out a form and get safety shoes, and these are the last two slides, and these are not on that property. These were driving home. We saw these silos and decided to take a few pictures. Thank you for watching my channel. I really appreciate it. Please give me a like and leave a comment, pro or con. Just please be respectful. And if you really enjoyed it, you know, please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. And remember my motto: enjoy life, capture some of it, get out there and get some of your best images, irregardless of the genre that you choose to shoot. Take care and God bless. Oh, a quick reminder, check out my friend Bob from Bob R Photos. He's going to have a video, and he took a lot more video on this trip than I did. He's going to have some content out there either before me or the same time or shortly thereafter. I don't know who's going to throw one out first, but hey, he's got good stuff. He'll have different images than I took. He'll have more video. I know he did more video than I did, so please go and check out his channel. I'm sure he'll appreciate it, and hey, show him some love. Take care, guys.